8 months ago, I gave birth to a gorgeous little boy who has genuinely given my life so much color and depth and richness. I keep saying I feel like the Grinch whose heart grew 3 sizes. And this lovely boy has the unique misfortune of being born into a watch YouTuber's household. A job title that really shouldn't exist, but miraculously it does. This is just a fun little video, nothing serious. Here's George's state of the collection. So as of the time of filming, he has 4 watches, which is a ridiculous amount of watches to have when you're a baby, and most of these were gifts from other people. Let's start with his baby G-Shock. As we all know, any self-respecting watch collection needs at least one G-Shock. And this was a present from a fabulous subscriber and patron, Carlos. Thank you so much. I remember when this came through the post, it was just so lovely and thoughtful. It was shortly after I announced my pregnancy, and it was one of those things that made it all seem so real. It was a physical reminder that this little human being was going to be here soon. So this is the Baby G, reference BGD 565 SC3, which is a smaller version of the classic square 5600 series. The specifications are actually really cool, so 100 meters of water resistance, the shock resistance we come to expect from G-Shock, resin case, and all those same features you'd usually get, stopwatch, alarm, countdown timer, and all that awesome G-Shock functionality. Here it is on George's 4.5-inch wrist. As you can see, it is a bit oversized, but he says he likes that in the wearing experience. He says it is exactly how a G-Shock should wear, and I couldn't agree more. For reference, here it is on my 5.5-inch wrist, and I actually like it so much I think I might get a matching one in another color. Moving on, next watch, and even though this is second on the list, it is actually the first watch he ever received. A little Audi Watch, which was a gift from Uncle Julian, so thank you so much, Julian. It's perfect. George says this is his Gata watch, or his go anywhere do anything piece. He thinks the styling is very versatile. The Audi Watch has a 30mm case diameter, a plastic case material which meets a silicone strap, 30 meters of water resistance, or splash proof. And powering this watch is the Seiko PC21 quartz movement. This watch is genuinely adorable, and I think it looks perfect on his 4.5-inch wrist. One thing to note is that the Audi Watch comes within a versatile tin case, which not only houses this timepiece, but also doubles as a piggy bank for holding that coin. George was recently expressing his excitement that Audi will be joining Formula 1 in 2026, and although he remains a dedicated Haas fan, with McLaren being his number 2, he thought maybe we need to get a mini Audi Formula 1 car to set next to this on his shelf. These are all George's thoughts as well, I should say. This isn't me projecting. Moving on to his field watch, and I think this could also be dressed up as well, which is so cool. This is too cool for a baby. So this is his little vintage Timex Sprite, which was a gift from the one and only James Blonde. Thank you so much, James. This was so thoughtful. Yet another watch with cool specifications. So a stainless steel case material, 30mm case diameter, 10mm thickness, including the dome sapphire, a manual winding movement, so this is his first ever mechanical watch, and a personalized case back featuring his date of birth, and the top running name we had selected for him, which was Hans Wilsdorf Francois Paul. Incredibly thoughtful, and such a special watch. We really don't deserve the friends and the relationships we've built through this crazy watch collecting hobby. Design-wise, I really enjoy this. This is one of those perfect paradoxical configurations that is clean and legible while also being a bit busy, but in a good way. It gives you all the information you might need in a very efficient way, with the Arabic numerals and circular indices around the outside of the dial, red seconds hand, and date neatly tucked away at 3 o'clock. Staying true to form, here it is on his 4.5-inch wrist. It does wear a bit larger with those long lugs, but he is also a big Nomos fan and has always been partial to a long set of lugs. For reference, here is the Sprite on my 5.5-inch wrist, and I think it is delightful. Alright, moving on to the last watch George has in his 4-watch collection. It is yet another Timex, and this one is from me. This is the Timex Time Machines 29mm green camo featuring a Helicopter Seconds hand. It's a very niche complication, and very few can execute this. I saw this. I thought it was a bit of him. I had to get it for him. He's been doing this commando style crawl, which looks so arduous, so inefficient. So I thought commando style crawl needs a very military watch. This watch has fixed lugs, really adding to the mil-spec appeal, a camo, single pass, not NATO strap. The case diameter is 29mm and a material of resin, 30 meters of water resistance, and powered by a quartz movement. George said even though the watch I gifted him was the least cool, it is the thought that counts, and he still appreciates it. And for one last time, here it is on George's 4.5-inch wrist. Looks so cool. I love it. And there it is. That's George's state of the collection. Honestly, it kind of hurts my heart how cool his watch collection is already, and he's not even one yet. You know, I said it earlier in the video, but I mean it. We really don't deserve the friendships and the relationships we've built through this crazy hobby. When I first announced I was pregnant, we were flooded with so much love and well wishes, and even gifts for baby George, who wasn't even born yet. I don't think there's many enthusiast communities that are as special and loving as this one. For me, adding a little one to our family has had me reflecting on what actually matters, and who are we as a family, and what values I hope to pass along to him one day. And this time of reevaluation has really circled me back to why I fell in love with watches in the first place, and has just reinforced my love of timepieces. I always say watches are the intersection of art, history, fashion, and engineering. They are these incredibly special items that hold memories. We pass them down, and they will outlive us. Whether or not George becomes a watch goblin like me one day, our lives have been made far richer through this beautiful community of people who also love timekeepers and these little memory holders. Thank you for watching these weird little videos I make. Thank you for the love and support you've shown my growing family. And I love being on this watch collecting journey with this fabulous community. Is that cringe? Yeah, it kind of is. But you know what? I'm cute. Don't edit that out. I stand by it. Sometimes things are so true they can only be expressed through cringy things. Sometimes you gotta embrace the cringe. I stand by everything I just said. So this video was really just a love letter to watches, these fabulous timekeepers, the watch collecting community, and hopefully the next generation that also loves watches. I hope that came through. Thank you guys, you're all amazing. But big special thank you to the names on the screen. They're Pope tier patrons. They keep the channels going. This channel going, and they keep the lights on here at Gringa HQ. Thank you so much. I love you all. Okay, thank you, names on the screen.